Today, you guys don't care about us. You don't have to live here. We do. We have to breathe the air. We have to fish here. What do you think's going to happen if our waters get contaminated? It's going to affect the fishermen. It's going to affect our economy. It's going to affect our businesses. And yes, it's going to affect our real estate. Because guess what? How many tourists do you think want to build their new beach houses next to a bunch of smokestacks? I doubt it. So I think it's a little convenient that this other bridge is going the other way around all the smog, right? Because how convenient. Nobody has to see it because they're driving on the other side. And guess what? That affects Port Isabel too. Everything affects everything. I see a lot of signs that say LNG, and that's great. But the problem is, if you're not from here, what is LNG? Nobody knows what LNG is. I feel like we need to be more visual about how we do things. People respond better to seeing photos. Photos of big, massive plants. There's also a town called Lusby. If you guys want to Google this town, they're called Lusby and Cove Point. And what these people did was basically there was a plant that LNG built next to them within an 8-mile radius. This plant has enough gas in it to create 55 Hiroshima bombs. I did my research. And I did my research on Lusby County. But LNG doesn't put that out there because if people know about it, then people are going to be upset and they're going to start asking questions. I don't want to know who's against LNG. I want to know who's for it and what's in it for them. That's what I want to know. I want to know how much money was given to the Port of Bronzeville and all these other guys that are sitting on our board of directors for them to just sweep it under the rug and act like it's not happening. Because guess what? These guys that got bribed, they're going to take their money. They're going to take their money and they're going to leave. And guess who they're going to leave behind? The little people like us that don't have the money to leave. We have no choice but to stay here because our homes are here, our schools are here, everything is here. Everything affects everything. It's not just about nature. It's about breathing hazardous chemicals that are going to kill us. In the long run, that's what really matters. Us as a community. And if we don't do something about it, these people are going to come in and they're going to steamroll right over us. And that's what's happening because everybody's losing faith in what's really important here. I mean, this place is beautiful and we don't need another BP spill. We don't need another Waco accident. The problem with these companies is they're making so much money and paying off people and having everybody in their pockets left and right that it doesn't matter if they keep the regulations going or not. They'll just look the other way and say, you know what, we'll give you so many millions of dollars if you just keep your mouth shut. Well, we don't have millions of dollars. All we have is our voice, and we need to use Facebook, we need to use Twitter, we need to use every option that we have to tell people what this is about. I myself am a painter. I do murals. If anybody would like to sponsor a mural, I'll put a mural up. I'll put a huge mural up. I'll get a bunch of artists to come out here and put a big ship with a big bombs on it, because that's what it is. They're rolling in. I mean, what should we say on our billboard? Welcome to South Padre Island. Look at our new visitor. This huge barge full of gas. Wow, what an awesome thing to come see. We have so much more to offer ourselves, and we're not doing it. Yes, the ocellates are important. Nature's important, but we are important. Because, in case some of you haven't noticed, we've also been getting letters in the mail about our water being contaminated. And nobody's fixed it. They just keep sending the letters like it's going to make it go away. Well, it doesn't. It's still there. Many people have died of cancer in Port Isabel. And like everybody said, where are these politicians? Where are they? And why aren't they giving us answers? And who's getting bribed? And I think it's kind of sick that LNG had a little meeting and we're giving away free iPads to get people to come in and sign their stuff. Well, why don't I start giving away free iPads to get the town to come into our meetings? Because obviously that's what it takes, right? Bribing people? So maybe that's what Port Isabel needs to do. We need to bribe people to come to our meetings so they understand what's going on.
I'm not for sale.
I'm not either. But for the right price, I'll pay whatever I have to pay to make sure that this thing doesn't come. Because I don't want it here. And nobody else wants it here. And if we allow it, it's going to be here. And we keep talking and talking about it. I mean, I'm telling you, I see these LNG signs and I think they're great. And I see you guys sweating out there. But people come up to me and tell me, what is this LNG thing? we always see just this LNG sign. We need to show them visual. We need to show them rigs, gas tanks, things like that, so they understand that this is real. It's not just something we're talking about. It's coming, whether we like it or not. And if we don't do anything about it, we're all going to be out of either a home eventually, or out of business, and out of life, like she said. We shouldn't have to be wearing gas masks when we go to the beach. We shouldn't have to be worried about what's on our plate when we go to a restaurant. And we shouldn't have to worry about any pregnancies turning out in wrongful abortions or things like that, because these women were contaminated while they were pregnant. These things are important, guys. And we need to use Facebook, and we need to use the Channel 5, whatever. But we need to rally, even if we have to go through the streets of Port Isabel, so people can, rally throughout the whole thing. I mean, they did it in Ferguson. They did it when somebody dies. Well, a lot of people are going to die if we don't do it, eventually. So just think about that.